What is going on, YouTube? This is Blaze back after getting other things done. There's so many stuff going on right now. I just want to get something else done to put up content and take a little break from the Nuzlocke. I'll get back to that eventually, but for now, I'm getting other things done and I want to go back to it. So I just want to do these quick videos. Right then. This is going to be a mini guide and simplified guide on dealing with bosses in Blade & Soul's Desolate Tomb. Believe it or not, this dungeon is really not that hard once you actually get the mechanics done correctly. And even that is not really hard. So pretty much this is going to be on the first boss. I have trouble pronouncing this boss's name, so don't expect me to call him by his name. But aside from that, this is still just going to explain it for some people that honestly do not know what to do against this boss. And I've had parties prove my point just now correct. And let's just say, hopefully those people will watch this and they'll understand what to do during this. Right. So there's one important fact about this boss fight. As you can see in the middle, hopefully you can't see it if Lycan's wings don't block too much of it. The boss is not alone. The boss has two women besides him, two women destroyers. They're referred to as the wives. People call them the ads, it's whatever you call them. Usually people call them the wives. Important fact right here. Do not, and I do mean, do not kill the wives while still fighting the boss. It is very crucial that you do not kill any of the wives while the boss is still up and fighting. Why, you may ask? This pretty much leads to the boss auto-enraging and then causing a party wipe. Yeah, obviously you don't want that. You want to go through this boss fight. And that's what this guide is going to tell you. Sorry about that. I had a little bit of a tongue twist right there. Aside from that, now that the important fact is out there, let's get right into it. So obviously, the first thing you're going to see is, obviously, we're going for the wives first. It is important that you have both the wives go to 70%. I'm going to pause it right here. Both the wives must be at 70% because the boss has a shield on him currently where it has a 90% damage reduction. And how do you get rid of that shield, you may ask? You damage the wives to at least 70% and then the boss gives them the shield. Pretty much, if he gives both his shields to both the wives, that's when you start attacking the boss. So pretty much, anything that causes them to keep at bay, like a grab if you have a destroyer or blade dancer, is recommended. Anything that gives free DPS, basically. And little damage, because the damage on these people are actually very absurdly high. So pretty much, yeah, both of the wives are at 70% or below right now. As you can see, there's nothing around the boss, which means he has no shield. That's the perfect time to start DPSing the boss. And you do this until 70%, where the boss will start his love attack AoE. It's a little process of avoiding where you would want to avoid it. In the case of, if you have any, I'm going to stop it right here. If you have any party member that has a party protection skill like HM block, stealth, frozen sheath, anything that gives party protection, it's highly recommended that you use them for this phase. Personally, since I don't trust the randoms I get from these dungeons, I like to iframe myself, and I'm about to show you how you can iframe this yourself as well. It's honestly not that hard. As you can see, I'm trying to get the wives away. Okay, right here when the boss needs love is when he's going to start the love attack AoE. It's a simple process. First things the boss is going to do is, as you're seeing the whole screen turn red right now, the boss is going to do a AoE that freezes every party member, including yourself. Obviously, you don't want that to happen, but there are a few ways to avoid that. One way is, if you get frozen, just tab out. Anything that gets you out of a knockdown position, you could just tab out to instantly get up and daze. That's one way to get out. I don't know if everyone has it on tab or if they have the same controls as I do, which is both the left buttons. But another way to avoid it, which is what I would recommend, is this way. So as you can see, the boss is in the middle and the wives are jumping in the air. You would want to backdash or SS if you're playing on keyboard when they land, as you're going to see right now. I mean, it was a little bit early, but it still showed that you can avoid it. And pretty much that's it for the first AoE. The next AoE that the boss is going to do is the actual love attack. Now this one is a little bit tricky to time, especially on hard mode, but there is a way that you can tell that the boss is going to do it, and it's just by looking at him. So obviously you see the boss is charging up. Right here, when you see that the aura is like wigging out, that is the time to use your iframe. So as you see, I just iframed it right there because I saw that the aura was wigging out, and I took no damage basically. Usually after this, the wives will start doing their spin, as you're gonna see right here. Just SS out of it so you can avoid getting knocked up, and they go back to their original positions. And from here, it's just repeat. Get the wives to 70%, then start attacking the boss. On this part, it's basically, you do the same thing. This time you get the boss to 30%, where he's going to repeat the love attack AoEs again. And obviously he sends some AoEs to the wives, like just knowing where like they're going to have all that AoE stuff is, you can just avoid it. Like you can honestly just avoid it by moving away. So as you see, we're whittling down the boss to 30%. It was a little iffy right there. Okay, the boss needs love. He's going to start the AoE again. Ice, SS. And you're going to start seeing the aura wig out again. Take no damage. They're going to do the spin again. Just SS out of it so avoid getting knocked up. And then from here, usually parties love to just DPS the boss down to 0. But personally, I would feel that it's much better to whittle down the wives to 70% again to make him lose his shield, so it could be much easier to whittle him down to 0. And pretty much that's mainly the whole fight. Try to stay alive as you can because, like I said, their damage is actually pretty ridiculous. As you can see, the boss has no shield now. He gave them both to his wives. And the boss is dead. Now from here, it's just simple. Kill the wives. The boss can't enrage if you kill them already, so just bring down the wives. And essentially, that's the entire boss fight. Simple process. It's a little bit scary when they start targeting you and they do a ridiculous amount of damage. But, you know, manage your health, use potions, use as much lifesteal as you can. And this boss is a joke. And that's pretty much the whole boss fight. So hopefully this little guide for this boss fight helps people don't understand the boss understand what to do now. It's a simple process, like I said. And hopefully it makes their runs for Desolate Tomb much easier. In my personal opinion, I find this boss to be the hardest boss in this dungeon. A lot of people may disagree with that, but like, believe it or not, in my personal opinion, like the next two boss fights are like jokes. So that'll be all for this video. Hopefully this guide helped you out for this boss fight. Give me a little bit of time when I get other things going in my life straight right now, and I'll get started on the next boss, which is Iron Juggernaut. All right. Peace out, guys.